Yo, what's good, peeps? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Earthling Gangster, and we have a question right now. What can you do to get better results in the stuff that you care about? Okay, and to help us get these better results, we are going to turn towards this book that I call, and by I call, I mean Gary Keller references as the one thing, the surprisingly simple truth behind extraordinary results by Gary Keller. If you go back to one of my episodes, How to Get More Things Done, I referenced this book in that episode as well. But this book is so powerful that we just gotta talk about it. I gotta keep talking about it, and I'm sure I'll reference it more and more and more because it's so crazy. But we want to get better results, right? So before we get started, let me ask you something, right? What is that one thing that you want to get better results in? Not everything, let's not go too far, but if there's like one thing that you could get better results in, which would it be? What's that one thing? And what kind of results are you looking to get? Now, once you found that answer, okay, we're going to bring our awareness to a certain process that goes on within our body or within our mind, okay? And we're going to look at the process of asking a question and the answer of that question arriving into your brain. Now, become aware of this, right? We're gonna be really aware with this video today, right? Whenever you ask a question, you ask the question, you sit for a minute, just like this. You might pull on your facial hair. You might keep your hands at your waist. You might, I don't know, put your hands behind your head. You might just lay your head back, okay? And you sit there for a minute. And then out of nowhere, the answer pops up into your mind. This weird thing that we call a mind. And it's so weird, it's so complicated, we only know so much about it, right? But the question is, where, whenever you ask that question, where does the answer come from? Right? This whole entire process of asking a question, chilling, and then the answer just popping up into our heads. Now, we don't need to go into where the answers come from right now, but what we're going to focus on is questions, right? This whole process of asking a question and then getting the answer. Okay, so there's this quote, right? It says, and I just want to read it specifically: the quality of your life will be the quality of your life will be determined by the quality of the questions you ask. Whenever it comes to getting the results that you want, what types of questions that you're asking? So, or are you asking? So, for example, okay, we can ask, why does my life suck? Versus, what can I do to have a great life? Oh, well, what do I got to do to avoid all of these haters and have better relationships? Versus, what does it take to have successful relationships? Because if you ask, what can I do to stop being sick? Well, you'll find some things that you can do to stop being sick, right? Versus, what can I do to stay healthy? Okay, so there's a fantastic quote. There's a fantastic point in there's. Excuse me, backtrack. The quality of the questions that you ask. So you're saying, okay, I get it. So with this process, I ask a question, and then it arrives into my head. So what kind of questions can I ask to get me better results? Okay, and there's one question, all right, that Gary Keller gives us in this book. And if you ask this question, you're going to be able to get 10 times more things done. Okay, listen, it used to take me 2, 3 months to make up a 2-minute dance routine. All right. It used to take me so long to just set my mind to something and get something done. Procrastination was my favorite friend, right? The things that is whenever the struggle came around, it was easy for me to just stay asleep or eat potato chips or watch more TV or do something else, anything other than what it's going to take for me to get to the next level. But I tapped into this book and it gave me something. Okay, so here's a question that you can ask all day, every day to help you get better results. Okay, so what's the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? What's the one thing? Right? So if I set my goal from going from nothing to winning an Oscar, that's a huge journey. That's a huge process, right? And my reward for accomplishing that goal is 10 years away, potentially, right? And I don't want to wait 10 years to feel happy, right? So if we can break down this process from the ultimate goal and then the little bitty processes that it takes to get it done, And so within this in-between process, if you ask yourself this question, what's the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? What's the one thing that I can do? Oh, I can send these emails. Bam. You're one step closer to that 10-year goal. You're one step closer to getting those results that you want. Okay, I did that. Now what's the one thing that I can do? Okay, well, I need to get clients, or I need to study. I need to memorize my lines. I need to write X amount of pages. I need to reach out to a certain amount of people, right? And then you do that, and then you ask the question again. You know what I mean? And then the answer will pop into your head. So just like you asked this question, what's the one thing that I can do right now such that by doing it, everything will be easier or unnecessary? Chill. And then the answer from where it comes from, how it gets there, will pop into your mind. It'll pop into your brain, right? So think about that, right? So write down this question. What's the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? And watch what answers pop into your head. And whenever those answers pop into your head, just do them, and you're going to be so much closer to getting the results that you want versus not doing anything and not getting results. Because the last thing, one of the most detrimental things for people and their dreams and their goals is they think that people who accomplish their goals don't work hard. They think that they're just lucky, or they think that they're natural. Listen, Michael Jordan was not a natural basketball player. He didn't even make his high school team. If he was natural, then he would have made the high school team. He had to work at it, right? And then he's the best. So what's the one thing that you can do? Whenever it comes to what's the one thing that you're trying to get results in, right? And then what's the one thing that you can do such that by doing it, everything will be easier or unnecessary? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Earthling Gangsta. We're just trying to get better results. We're just trying to have the life that we want. We're trying to get the most out of this experience called life. Why are we here? Where are we from? Who are we? I don't know. But we're trying to have just a fantastic experience on this planet, right, called Earth. Listen, we're all just surfing through the cosmos. That's all we're doing. We're all on this ball we call Earth, just surfing through the cosmos, baby. So let's get a good experience, okay? Listen, like I said, I'm just going to repeat this one more time. It's your boy, the Earthling Gangsta. I'm not your life coach. I'm not your guru. I just am.